What do we think about when we consider our emotions? We all become privy to bouts of sadness, glee and sudden rage and surrender. And while we know that emotions are a part of life, we naturally become so impacted by them. Of all the wonders in life is how we survive balancing our thoughts and managing the depths of our emotions. Perhaps this is not always the case though. It seems almost absurd that we are subject to such diverse paradigms of thought, which explains why at times we become overwhelmed with our mental state. This video will outline what our emotions are, and it will provide some insights of how we can live with our emotions even through life's triumphs and turmoils. I will also be referencing insights from the philosophy of Nietzsche with his critique of the Greek god Dionysus. Our emotions are complex. We may all know what emotions are, but if we think about it, our emotions aren't easy to define because our emotions are always expressed in so many different ways. If we can think of our emotions as being a melting pot of all our thoughts and bodily reactions, and how this forms our feelings of ecstasy and agony, aggression and timidity. Our emotions form the foundation of how we define meaning in our lives. It gets us moving, motivates or perhaps dissuades us in our work and relationships. Put simply, without emotion, we are literally motionless. So as emotions are so important for our well-being, we also know what happens to us when our emotions get away from us. Infamous philosopher Nietzsche was entranced by the Greek god Dionysus. In Greek mythology, Dionysus is the god of wine, festivity, theatre, as well as the god of insanity and madness. He is a guarantor of our emotions, divulging into the deepest trenches of our minds. We are, though, not just of mind, but also of body, where Dionysus attained the ultimate emotional fulfillment through our soul and bodies, riding each wave that came with it. He is, in essence, the embodiment of our volatility and tragedy, a domination of emotions with the allure and agony that goes with it. So, what did Nietzsche find so fascinating about Dionysus? Nietzsche saw our passions as a way of fulfilling life. Even if our moments were filled with sadness, we would embrace these emotions by our nature. He would ask us the question, if we could live our lives to eternity and experience the passion of all of our tears and laughter, will we still love our lives? Where it is Nietzsche's admiration of Dionysus as being the embodiment of all of our passions saying yes to life, no matter what it brings, enabling our emotions to emulsify our bodies through its pleasure and its pain. Is this, though, sustainable? As Dionysus was a mythical god, is it too much for us to bear as humans? As our emotions are strong and it can take its toll of our bodies and wear ourselves down with anxiety and depression. There is, though, still something that we can take from Nietzsche's philosophy and the story of Dionysus that can change how we think about our hardships altogether. Even Nietzsche himself admitted that to ride each passion in its constancy for eternity would be a mere impossibility. We can so still use this concept to change the relationship that we have with our emotions. As we are emotional creatures, we can't help but be affected by our emotions, but we can appreciate them in a different way to benefit our mental health. And that is through our acceptance of our emotions just as they are. As even when we are hurt, we can accept our emotions without trying to be rid of them. We can understand that happiness and sadness cannot live on their own, as they both form a part of the balance in life. When we accept, our emotions can aid us for better use to create new hope and opportunity, rebuild our strength, even through fear. As to shunt our emotions is like swimming against a tide where its salty foam will soil our skin and bone. And yet, When we embrace our emotions, our bones become enriched, but not with it.